and welcome to our corporate store location in Scarborough as the first official guests. So thank you all for coming, and I'm sure you all have lots of questions about Mobilicity, what we're all about, our rate cards, our plans, and our phones, everything else, our coverage. And the good news is today we all have lots of answers for you. But first, before we get to that, I'd like to bring out John Bittow, our chairman, and Dave Dobbin, our president and CEO, to make a special presentation for you all. John and Dave.
Dave and John.
Dave and John.
Thank you, everyone, and thanks for coming to one of our flagship stores. Over 4 years ago, when we were looking at bringing a new wireless service to this country, Canada had one of the lowest penetration rates and one of the highest average costs per customer. Today, 4 years later, that's still the case until now. At Mobilicity, we're not about requiring any contracts. We're not about credit checks. We're all about truly unlimited wireless for Canadian consumers without any restrictions. In the next 24 hours, we'll be opening our distribution system across the GTA. Our 3.5G wireless network is up and running as we speak, and it's exciting to be bringing a new service to Canada that's all about value and simplicity. And the guy who's done a fantastic job with his team in bringing this all to creation is our President and CEO, Dave Dobbin. Dave.
Thank you very much, John. Guys, can we have the box?
Ooh. The box.
These are the scissors. Are you ready, Dave?
I'm almost ready, John.
He's almost ready. I'm going to cut the ribbon.
Go.
Thank you.
Now, if you like that, because that's pretty impressive, our Nokia 5230, you're going to love this. I'd like to introduce you to the Mobilicity rate plans. Now, we're going to spend some more time with you talking about all of our rate plans and all of our details. We're going to actually have our executives take you around the store and demonstrate everything to you. But let me give you the highlights. At Mobilicity, we're all about innovation, doing things differently and bringing new services to the Canadian consumer. Everything starting from our $15 a month unlimited texting plan, and that includes Mobilicity to Mobilicity calling. This is not an add-on like you might get from other carriers. $15 is the plan and all you pay. We've got a $25 a month unlimited local calling package. Never been done before, thank you very much. We've got a $45 plan with unlimited calling, unlimited North America, or unlimited Canadian talk, unlimited text, unlimited voicemail. And we've got a $65 plan with unlimited North American calling, unlimited data, all the features included, unlimited for $65 a month. Some of these things have never been done in the industry, and Sarah will tell you more. On top of that, we've also got new firsts for the Canadian telecom industry, like unlimited international calling plans. Unlimited international calling plans. And we're going to tell you a lot more about them right away. Now, I know you have a lot of questions. John and I will be happy to answer whatever questions you have, but we're going to go through everything in more detail, including our handset lineups, our coverage areas, and Sarah's going to give you incredible detail on the rate plans. So if anybody's got any high-level questions we can answer now, we'd be happy to do that.
No comments on the pricing?
All right, Sarah, why don't you come and walk us through the pricing in detail. I'd like to introduce Sarah Moore, our Vice President of Marketing. Turn the mic on.
Just turning your mic on.
There we go. Okay, pardon me, I'm going to walk out here. All right, so what we have planned for today, partly to compensate for the fact that we've been so quiet and haven't shared a single detail up until right now. We're going to walk through the store. We're actually going to take you through the customer experience and how they would come in, how they would look at plans and look at phones, look at the coverage, and then finally purchase and activate their Mobilicity phone. So what we're going to do first is go through in a little more detail the rate plans that Dave just spoke about. for a quick way to dress a store.
Are you able to point it on that one?
If that works better,
Is it
sure.
the same thing?
It's exactly the same thing. What we wanted just to show is how easy it will be for customers to come in and figure out exactly what's best for them. This is the entire lineup for Mobilicity. You don't have to decide if one with evenings or weekends or one that lets you call some friends and not others is right for you. It's merely what services do you want to use, and we will flip the switch and turn them on unlimited within the Mobilicity Unlimited 3.5G network, and you can use them as much as you want. You don't need to pay attention, you don't need to keep track of what time it is or how long you've talked for or who's on your list. You just get to use the service. So what we've done is made it really easy, $10 jumps, adding in more and more value each time you go up until you get, we talked about our best value talk and text plan that lets you call anybody across North America, lets you text anybody around the world without keeping track. You don't need to worry about how much you've done. You don't need to worry about adding in voicemail or caller ID or three-way calling. We have taken all of that guesswork, all of that adding on and adding up your bill and made it one simple price. And then, because we have a fantastic lineup of phones, which Stuart will take you through later, all data capable, we wanted to make sure we had the best unlimited data plan, the best unlimited everything plan in the marketplace, which is what we now have at $65. But this wasn't enough. We wanted to add on a few more features for our customers. We have this phenomenal 3.5G network that we've built. We wanted to be able to have data, so we've enabled it with downloads. We can have mobile ringtones, content, and we've gone around the world to source the best content for customers to download. And that means pop stars from China, that means Bollywood clips. It's all of the best content from around the world for people in the city of Toronto. And we took that same view of bringing in content for the customers in Toronto and applied that to long distance. We wanted to make sure, as we had this laser focus on who would be using our service in the city of Toronto, and made sure that the product was as good as possible for them. So to that end, we do have unlimited calling. It's an add-on, so as soon as you sign up for one of our unlimited talk plans, for only $20 more, you can get unlimited calling to East Asia. So China, Hong Kong, Taiwan, South Korea, Japan, Singapore, and Vietnam. Not one of those countries, every single one of those countries. $20 a month, you can dial back home to friends, you can dial back home to family. You don't have to use dial around or dial back or VoIP or get a calling card and put in pins. And the same goes for people who want to call back to South Asia. India, Pakistan, and Bangladesh, $20 a month, absolutely unlimited calling when you add it on to one of our unlimited talk plans. Again, great quality sound from your mobile phone. You can call from anywhere within the Mobilicity Unlimited 3.5G network and talk to the people who matter most in the city, around the country, and now around the world as well. We wanted to have the best calling for the customers who live in the city of Toronto. And that doesn't just mean these countries, it's all of our international long-distance dialing rates. We have rates to Italy for 10 cents a minute. Bell, Rogers, and Telus are all over $1 for that same price. We're 35 cents a minute to Jamaica. The others are over $1 for that. We're even 50 cents to Iran. They're up to almost $3 for that same call. We wanted to make sure that we built simple, unlimited plans with the features that the people in Toronto want most and will use the most. And then bundle it in a way that doesn't give you $5 to get a discount or a certain amount to get a certain amount of minutes. It's one fee, and like all the rest of our features, it's unlimited. It's just that simple. So once we've had customers walk through and pick up, you know what, I'm going to stop there and let anybody ask any questions before we move on to the next part.
I'm more interested as well on what your roaming rates are. So, for instance, if someone is elsewhere in North America, in the US, obviously, or Mexico, or possibly in Europe, how would that work coming back as opposed to dialing out?
So we've announced roaming agreements that we signed earlier in this year that will cover customers in both Canada, and the United States. The same way we waited until today to launch our network when it was ready, we're still waiting to announce roaming because we're doing the same amount of testing to make sure that the customer experience is perfect for our customers, not only when they're in our own footprint, but when they do roam, because that's important. We wanted to make sure that they had that capacity to be able to do. The roaming rate when you leave for the rest of Canada is 20 cents a minute. And that's, again, a simple one rate that you would pay for any call that you would make. And in the United States, it's 50 cents. Again, one rate for any call that you would make.
But that's per minute.
Yes.
What is the base coverage area?
So as we walk around the store, we have a fantastic map, and we have our head of network, Sharon Gravel, who's going to take you through that.
Can you just give me an idea?
It's Greater Toronto. It's the city. It's certainly Mississauga up into Vaughan, where our office is, Markham, Brampton. It covers the vast area of the Greater
If we're
Toronto
going to
area.
like Barrie, that would be roaming then.
That would be roaming.
Okay.
Absolutely.
There's a great visual coverage map we're bringing out in a bit.
Any other questions?
Actually, and is it your own network, or are you piggybacking on like whose towers are you using?
So in Toronto, in the Mobilicity Unlimited 3.5G network, that is a network that we built, partnered with Ericsson. When you leave that and you roam, we've signed roaming agreements with one of the Canadian carriers for Canada and then a US carrier in the United States.
Which Canadian carrier?
We announced a roaming agreement with Rogers several months ago
And the US?
with T-Mobile.
Okay.
Fantastic. All right, I'm going to turn it back over to Stuart Lyons, our Chief Operating Officer, who will walk us through